Welcome to American Roundtable. I'm Spry. Bill Strickler's on assignment. We have Lauren Dulgheru. Now, she is known as the Solutionist, and she's going to tell you what that's all about. Lauren, welcome to American Roundtable.
Thank you for having me today, Al. Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here with you today as well. Again, my name is Lauren Dulgheru, also known as the Solutionist, and I help businesses to do more business. I'm an advocate and educator for business owners, business founders, and it's my mission to help everyone, including all of you, to do more business and better business. So thank you for having me on the show today.
You're very welcome. I think we're going to have a fun two-part series here because there's a lot of folks interested in starting their own business, and you're going to give them some concrete steps over the next two shows. So it's a great opportunity for people to take a look at you and what you offer here on American Roundtable. And by the way, of course, you can always chat with us on American Roundtable on Facebook. We have a Facebook page. Check it out. Put in American Roundtable. Look for our circular flag logo, and we'll be able to chat with you. So let's tell us a little bit about your background. What got you into being a business solutionist?
You know, I've always been a business owner since I was 7 years old. I've owned one business.
Wait a minute, 7 years old, that's very young.
Yeah.
What was your business at 7 years old?
You remember back in the 90s when they had the gift wrap and kids could go door to door, they could sell the gift wrap, the cards, and you would make money, or, you know, most kids would.
Yeah, chocolate bars, things like that, right?
Exactly. So that was my first, and I did really, really well with it. And it really took off from there. So I, from a very young age, have had an entrepreneurial spirit and been a self-thinker, a forward thinker. How did I get here? Boy, that is a swirl of a list. It has been a roller coaster, but I obtained my specialized in private education by a very random and circumstantial event, which is a very long story in and of itself. But I came by an education and a private mentorship by a private financier and a private banker who taught me leverage, how to think better, how to bank better, how to leverage better. Mm-hmm. And it's my mission to bring that to everybody because everyone's lives would indeed be changed.
And we're going to get more into that over the next course of the next two shows. So you have always thought in terms of business and sales and solutions for people, which really that's what sales is. Sales has sometimes a bit of a negative connotation. People think of a cheesy salesman in a plaid suit and all that stuff. But sales really just is really the grease that greases the wheels, wouldn't you say?
I say it's not. Honestly, it's not so much sales. I have to disagree with you there.
But you got to sell. You got to sell yourself and your solutions, right?
It's relationships.
But you don't build relationships if you're sitting at home on your phone, right? All day.
No, that's exactly true.
You've got to have some of this.
We're out here, we're talking, and you wouldn't walk up to someone and immediately sell you. No one wants to be sold.
No.
We want to have that human connection. We want to come together and have a better mission and a higher purpose for why we're coming together.
But see, and I always say this, and we'll get more into this, but salesmen are born, not made. Salespeople are born, not made. So you have to have a certain amount of something.
I think there is a certain level of charisma and
that's the word.
Charisma and panache that you can go in and you can talk to anybody and you can do it passionately and openly. Maybe that's a good character trait of a salesperson.
Yes.
But I think sales is really about human relationships.
And we'll talk more about this. We're going to go to our first break. And thanks so much for watching American Roundtable on TV 38. Thanks to all the crew that makes this show happen. We appreciate you. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to American Roundtable. My guest, the Solutionist, Lauren Dulgheru. She is a master of helping others in making their business dreams come true. I'd say that'd be a pretty fair statement, wouldn't you say?
I would say that's a pretty fair statement. Solving big problems. That's what I do. I solve very big problems.
Right on. We need people who solve problems. There's enough people who create problems. It's good to have some actual people who solve problems.
Yes.
So if I'm let's say I want to start a business. I'm just going to, this will be some nuts and bolts for the folks watching today. I'm just trying to start a business. and let's just say I would like to make kazoos. My kazoo has lights on it, which no other kazoo has, and it makes my kazoo very attractive. What should I do? I got this idea about a kazoo. I don't have any kazoos yet. I just have an idea. What's some initial steps that somebody can do that maybe they're working a 9-to-5 grind, but all they keep thinking about is kazoos that light up? What's some first steps for folks, some concrete stuff?
And I'm going to go back to fundamentals. I'm going to go right back to the basics. And a lot of you are like, oh, here we go with the basics again, but it's so important. If you are so passionate about having kazoos in a business that sells millions and millions of kazoos, the first thing I'm going to tell you is make sure that your foundation is correct. Make sure you're using the right structure, the right entity for that business.
You mean like an LLC or a corporate Inc. or a corporation like that, or a partnership or an individual?
You want to make sure that you're using something, the correct structure that is going to bring you the most tax benefit. Another mistake that so many business owners and starters, founders make is incorporating in the wrong state. And you really want to be conscious about aligning yourself with, the correct state that is the most business friendly. And again, is going to bring you more benefits, bring your business more benefits.
So let's kind of delve into that a little bit. What are some better states than other states? How do you see a good state versus a not so good state? How does that come about?
Again, you're looking for a state that is business friendly, that has business friendly tax laws. New York, California would not be examples of those, for example.
Why is that?
They're very high tax states, very, very high tax, and they're not necessarily corporate friendly.
But New York is one of the biggest business centers.
It is, and the businesses that are housed or working foreignly or naturally there, they're paying higher taxes for that benefit, for that perk,
it's like
if
a
you will.
cachet to be
for that perk,
in New York kind of thing.
To have that address.
You could be more efficient, you're saying.
Absolutely.
With a different state.
Absolutely. We just went through COVID, where how many businesses you had to learn how to pivot, and you had to learn how to do it very, very quickly. And we utilize the internet. We utilize the digital, the virtual space to bring opposite sides of the globe together so that we could truly have international teams and be able to bring the strongest of the strongest on with us.
What are some better states for what you were talking about?
Typically, when we're thinking better states, a state like Delaware, potentially Nevada, again, it's going to depend on what your business is looking to accomplish. Destination is always going to determine direction. So you want to have a very clear idea on where you're taking your business. If you're going to be working just in one state, if you're going to be expanding to many states, or you're going to be expanding internationally. These are all things that you'd want to analyze first before consulting with, a specialist or an advisor to really determine where you want to be.
What about Florida? Do you like Florida? Is this a fairly business-friendly state, would you say?
I love Florida. Florida is a very business-friendly state. In this beautiful state, we don't pay state income tax, which is absolutely magical. Now,
I like that.
we
I
do
find
get
it
tolls.
magical.
We do get tolls, right? But if you take the lesser of the evils, that's okay. I'm okay with that.
A use tax is okay. It's when they just slap it on everybody.
Agreed.
It's not as fun.
Agreed.
This American Roundtable, my guest is Lauren Dulgheru. She is known as the Solutionist, thesolutionist.me, thesolutionist.me. Just remember, that's pretty easy to remember. We'll be right back. We'll talk more with Lauren right after this on American Roundtable. Welcome back to American Roundtable. Lauren Dulgheru. So happy to have you here on American Roundtable.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here today.
I would like to hear now, talk more, of course, now we're talking about business and maybe if you ever wanted to start a business, what to do. Tell me about your mission.
So many people ask, what do I do? What does the Solutionist do? And like I said, I help businesses do more business. I solve very big problems. But what I really do is I look to create more impact and help businesses grow because I want to elevate the socioeconomic status of mankind. I'm a member of a community called Empirenomics, and each of us, because we're all in different niches and different parts of industry, play a role in helping to elevate the socioeconomic status of mankind by thinking better, by banking better, by leveraging better, by growing your business so that you're not personally liable. So obtaining capital so that your business can grow, planning your exit so that you get the most beneficial exit, sale, retirement. Call it what you will, that you are setting up. We create these designs now so that you can truly have generational wealth, so that you can live that lifestyle that you want. And that's really a mission. All of us come together in our different professions, and we offer an element, a skill to humanity. And the way that I best serve this is by working with business owners to help them start with a solid foundation, so they're eliminating liability, with established businesses to obtain capital, to begin the growth and make sure that they're growing fully fortified, again, removing liability, all the way up until you're ready to exit. You want to make sure that you have so many elements in place so that you can optimize that valuation. And that's how I bring forward elevating the socioeconomic status of humanity, because all together, all of us bringing our different professions and our skills, that's how we're going to achieve the mission together.
So you're doing good.
Isn't that why, we were all put here to do, is to bring our special and unique skill to the table? And I love to educate, I love to teach, I like to work with people who don't know that they don't know. I like opening those doors and those windows, and that's where I'm truly passionate.
Tell me about just a client you work with. Give us kind of like a scope of how you do what you just said you do.
I go in very deep. Like I said, I help people to think better, bank better, leverage better, do better business, do more business. So a lot of this is, I'm going to ask you lots of questions. We're going to lock arms. We're going to grow together. You're going to have a blueprint, an action plan, and it's going to lead you to a set of results.
So let's go with, you don't have to use actual names. You can change the name of the business, but give me a business example that you have done that with.
I have done that with so many businesses over the years, and I didn't even realize I was doing it at the time.
Yeah.
One of my favorite businesses right now, he came to me as a startup. He had already formed his business a while back, but he wasn't sure he was putting the correct pieces together so he could get capital, so he could scale the business, because he wanted to expand one division while working on another division. So he had two missions. And just seeing the transition in his personal finances, business finances, obtaining that capital, really growing out what he originally said to me he thought was impossible to do, and now he's living it. He has it. We're actually working on the next steps, the next goals. That's fulfilling. That's exciting to me.
What kind of business is it?
He owns two businesses. He is a distribution company and also has a logistics company. So,
great.
Yes, very intelligent gentleman.
Great. Those are highly intelligent fields. Well, you don't have to have a lot of smarts, right? Just got to have a passion and a good idea, I would think, right?
And a great team.
You got to have a great team. Team is important.
Well, that's just it. How many people do we talk to?
Let's talk about that team concept in the next segment.
Yes, let's.
Because
that is a topic.
It's important.
Yes.
So let's talk about teams in the next segment. This is American Roundtable. Check us out on Facebook. Go to our Facebook page. Happy to be here on TV 38, WHDO. And we'll see you right back here. Welcome back to American Roundtable, interviewing Lauren Dulgheru. She is known as the Solutionist. And she helps businesses become businesses. And that's fun. It's a good thing to do. Good thing to have an innovative product or service that you can have some fun with and help others and make some money. Why not? As you know, I'm a real estate broker, and you know, it's all about helping and mentoring and helping clients, helping the agents, being of service. Money comes when you're of service, not by naturally. But let's talk about the teams, because I have a team. I have a team of agents. I have a team of vendors. I have people that I can call on when I need it. And why is that so important? And let's kind of dive into teams.
Teams are critical. Think about it. In my own life, this is how I think it. Always wear the other shoes. I like to make sure that I am not the most intelligent person in the room. I bring in other people who are more intelligent in marketing, advertising, whatever the case is, because if we're bringing together stronger people, it's going to be a stronger team. We can only be as strong as our weakest link. But then the even best part about having a team is you don't have to learn it all. There's already a specialist here. There's a master there. When we're coming together, we're all benefiting. Success is not a singular sport. Success is a team sport. We have to come together, again, bring our specialized skills, our perspectives, our experiences. And that's really how you get the magic and the results that comes from having a team.
Let's build a team. Give me the steps.
Well, what's the destination? Destination always determines direction. When, for example, I help businesses to do more business. And when we're putting together the executive team, the C-suite team, we're really making sure that we're bringing in a marketing master, not a guru, but a master, somebody who's diverse and very knowledgeable in that respect. A chief operating officer, someone who has mastered the daily workings of managing smaller teams. We're bringing in specialists for the need and the objective that we need to fulfill. And that's going to go the same paradigm in any team, in any application. You want to bring in the different auxiliary services, skills, perspectives that are applying to that resolution and that you're trying to create in that moment.
All right. Well, let's keep going. Who else do you need? Who else should you have on your team?
For example, when you're putting together a team, when you need to sell your business, you need to ensure that you have first team leaders that are understanding what a qualified buyer is looking for in a business that they're going to buy. Because the reality is they're buying cash flow. They're not buying the products that it sells. They're not buying the services that it sells. It's buying cash flow. And when you're looking to sell your business, you need those team members that are really going to edify and validate the cash flow that you're claiming so that you can maximize the valuation when you're exiting. So again, every application is going to have a different need. When you're starting a business, you're looking for different types of legal representation. You're looking for someone, a tax specialist, a tax strategist who is going to help you choose the right state according to tax benefit where it's best for you to incorporate and to have your business located. When you're the soccer team, when we're soccer moms and we're putting together the team for the snacks, there is always the mom who is best on picking the best snacks, and there's always the mom who is best on herding everyone together at the same time. It applies everywhere in life and in business.
I like that. A diversified. So you're saying in each facet, you should have diversified opinions, not just one marketing person, maybe a couple marketing, or is it just
Absolutely.
for the legal ad? So just more than one. You're saying in each area.
Diversity is beautiful. Bringing in different perspectives, even if they're opposing, will bring more light to the conversation. There's going to be more insight and perspective opened up that maybe neither party considered. And that's where you're going to find the results that your avatar, your audience, your customer, your client, that's their perspective. And that's where you should be looking from as well.
So we could bring in you as on the team, we'll bring in an attorney and a good tax person. These are kind of just basic type team members, right?
See, what most people don't realize is you can tap into an entire team through one key member. Like myself, for example, they call me the Solutionist. I have an entire network of relationship, a whole Rolodex of international specialists, private bankers, financiers, M&A specialists, financial bankers, insurance bankers, and we all come together to create that unique solution that every business, every individual, every potential entrepreneur needs to create their objective, to experience their objective.
So you have perspective, plus you have the connections
Yes.
to grease the wheels.
And the education, the financial intelligence, and all of that coupled together really comes to bring a huge moving part of body where we're locking arms and we're going to grow the business together.
So let's have some final wrap up here on business ownership and how to make it happen.
What I'd like to leave with everyone, especially about business ownership, is it's a lot of fun. Yes, it's hard. However, when you're going through and creating your business, you want to make sure that you're doing it to reduce your personal liability. That putting you and your family in potential harm if the business defaults. And there's ways to do this. We help businesses, business owners and founders to remove that liability. And I would say that's key to overall personal and business success is making sure that you're establishing yourself from the very beginning. You can unravel it, but from the very beginning to limit that liability and really take care of your family and see that destination. Destination determines direction.
Yes, destination determines direction. Where you want to be determines the game plan of how to get to where you want to be.
Yes,
Great
very
words. Lauren, how can people find you?
Be sure to find me. You can find me all over the internet. I have a very unique name. But you can find me on Facebook at The Solutionist Queen. And make sure that you're joining my private email list at laurendulgheru.me. DULGHERU.me. Opt into the private list. That's where I'm sharing all of my biggest business and lifestyle secrets, so you won't want to miss them. Only place you can find them.
Thank you, Lauren. Thank you for watching. Remember, this is American Roundtable. I'm Spry. Thank you so much, Lauren Dulgheru.
Thank you for having me.
Solutionist.
Thank you for having me.
We'll see you next time on American Roundtable. Remember to keep it real and keep it tough.